I like what Moses says here. You shall not at all do as we are doing here today. Every man doing whatever is right in his own eyes. In these verses, Moses helps us to understand how we are to seek the righteousness of God. We can't simply do whatever we think is right. We cannot simply say, well, I think this is right, this is good enough, I'm going to worship God this way. That's Moses is saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. We can't simply do whatever is right in our own eyes. We cannot live the way that the world lives. We cannot worship the way that the world worships. And let us never forget that God is holy. And God requires us to be holy just as He is holy. You remember that verse from a few weeks ago in Peter. What this means for us today is that we must be willing to tear down, destroy, and remove all the things in our lives that draw our attention away from God, especially all those things that lead us into sin and evil in the sight of God. Now, many years ago, when Gail and I were brand new Christians, I sensed the Lord telling me to clean house, to throw away some things. And so we started throwing some things away. We threw away some books. We threw away some music CDs. We threw away some movies and some video games because they were distracting me. They were distracting us from living a holy life. Now, at the time, I had just bought, you remember when movies used to be on VHS? And they used to come in packages? I had just bought the entire series of James Bond. I like James Bond. I like Sean Connery best. I think he was the best James Bond. And so I had that whole series on VHS, and it cost a lot of money. Probably shouldn't have bought it because we couldn't afford it. And I sensed that the Lord was telling me to get rid of it. And so I did. The brand new boxed set of James Bond movies went in the garbage. And I was sick. I felt sick for having thrown those things away. But after a while, I was glad that I did throw all of those things away. I was glad that I did because I discovered that because I was willing to sacrifice those things, to tear down, destroy, remove all of those idols, that I passed the test. God was testing me at that time. I passed the test. I threw it away. And God blessed me, blessed us more abundantly than we could ever imagine at the time. God poured out His blessings on us. I got promoted at work. Life became a little bit easier because I was willing to sacrifice that junk.